Welcome back. This is Minding Your Business with the Lancaster Chamber of Commerce. I'm Chris Spiker of Antelope Valley Florist.
I'm Aaron Goldstein from Goldstein Digital. Our next guest is Pastor Jeremy Johnson from Grace Resources.
Hey, Jeremy.
Chris, thanks for having me. I appreciate being here today.
Hey, I called you pastor. Is that okay?
It is okay. I've pastored for the last 10 years, so I'm okay with that title. So thank you.
You can marry people?
I can. I actually just did a wedding a couple weeks ago.
Now, don't you have enough to do?
There's always things to do in the kingdom of God, so it keeps me busy.
Wow, and I saw you. You were just hugging Kaboom.
Kaboom, yeah. We at Grace Resources, we've had a great partnership with the Jethawks, and they've done a number of promotions for us, a number of drives for us, and we're even looking forward to Christmas in July coming up on July 10th, which is an annual event that we do with the Jethawks, and looking forward to that event again, where we can really bring hope to the families here in the Antelope Valley.
July 10th.
July 10th.
Okay, it's on the calendar.
It is on the calendar.
And this is, we've done a bunch of these Christmas in July.
Boy, I've been at Grace Resources now for this is my second year. This will be my second Christmas in July, and I believe that this will probably be the 15th, 16th Christmas in July that Grace Resources has done. It's been a number of them.
Now, wait a minute. How long have you been here?
About 2 years.
Okay.
So I'm still a newbie to the Antelope Valley.
Do you want to tell me the story about where you came from and how you came to the Antelope Valley?
I'll tell you, my wife and I would never have thought we would have been here in the Antelope Valley if you would have asked us even just 3 years ago. I started out as a researcher at the City of Hope, and at the UC Davis School of Medicine. I was doing cancer research and then transplant immunology research, and just felt a call out of that and quit the University of California, Davis, and became a pastor up in Sacramento, and did that for 10 years. I'm pastoring there, and then have family here in the Antelope Valley who let me know about an opportunity at Grace Resources. And
now he's an older brother, right?
He is an older brother. His name happens to be Chris Johnson, who I love dearly. And actually, he's a younger brother. He would kill me for saying that.
I just messing with you. I'm going to pull you this way a little bit.
He is a younger brother, and he let me know about a job opening there, and I took him up on that and moved the family down here, and we've been here now for 2 years, and excited about the opportunity to serve here in the Antelope Valley.
Wow. So this is where you're supposed to be.
I believe that now. Initially getting used to the weather here and no trees and no rivers here in the Antelope Valley, we've gotten used to it, but we love it here. It's a small town, it's a community. Everywhere we go, we see people we know, and we love it. We love the small businesses here in town that we've been able to connect with, and my wife and I have really grown to love not just Lancaster, but the Antelope Valley as a whole.
Happy wife
equals happy life.
Yeah.
Know it well.
So does everybody in the valley know about Grace Resources?
Well, what's interesting is we moved into our neighborhood, and I would have assumed that everyone would know about Grace Resources, and that's not the case. Some of our neighbors hadn't even heard about Grace Resources. So Grace Resources is a nonprofit organization here in town, and I think folks don't realize the scope of what we do to help the homeless and the impoverished here in the valley. Lots of folks know we operate the Lancaster Community Shelter. We've entered into a new partnership with Valley Oasis there, and are housing up to about 98 people a night now at the shelter, up from about 55. We run the food bank at the Resource Center, and most people know about our thrift store over on East Avenue I. It's at 316 East Avenue I, and encourage you to check out the thrift store, shop there, donate there. We're always accepting donations there. But I think some of the things people don't know that we do is we're really committed to education. We want to meet those basic needs, Chris, but we also want to equip people to get out of these cycles of homelessness and to end poverty in their lives. We see generations of homelessness and generations of poverty. And so we have classes, we have computer classes, we have writing to succeed classes, we have power classes that teach life skills. You and I take it for granted to look someone in the eye when we have a conversation, and we teach basic things like that. boundaries, anger management.
There's a lot to it. It's not just, hey, go get a job.
No, so homelessness and poverty is so much more complex than that.
If it was just the job, that'd probably be the easy part.
Yeah, so we want to equip people to do that, and we want to prepare them to know how to even use a keyboard to type up a resume and then to go in and succeed in a job interview.
And my experience is, I know how to do this job. Why don't you give me a chance?
Right.
And then I'm telling myself, dude, you got to take a bunch of no's to get a yes. And I'm going, I don't know if I can do this.
Right. So one of the things we have to teach is persistence.
Yeah.
Is you don't lose hope after that first no. So for 20 no's, you're looking for that one yes. And so persistence. And we also have a clothes closet where we have clothes available for folks for job interviews to help them, to give them every chance to succeed in that job interview.
Wow.
Yeah, and so one other quick thing we do that I think a lot of folks don't know is we have what we call a family services center where we supervise 67 visits per month for families that are working to be reunified with the Department of Child and Family Services. And so reunited families and healthy whole families make the Antelope Valley a better place.
So you're almost like the coaches and the referees to get these two together, because
Absolutely.
there's a couple of hoops to jump through, and got to dot some I's. And
yeah, and so these visits are 2 to 3 hours long,
Yeah.
and we're teaching parenting skills. We're teaching them how to deal with a child that's having a temper tantrum. So again, it's equipping people to succeed.
gee, I need some of those classes.
Well, I think my kids might tell you that as well, but we are always looking for opportunities to encourage people, not just to meet their basic needs, but looking for ways for them to succeed in life.
So all day long you're helping people and you're listening to stories. How do you cheer yourself up? How do you like?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're serving and you're helping, and that's what winds you up. But
Yeah,
at the end of the day,
But I have to tell you that having been so immersed in the culture of homelessness and poverty, there are times where it becomes discouraging because all day you see situations that at times seem hopeless. That's where having family that is supportive and having a wife that is supportive is helpful. But I'll tell you what has been really encouraging for me here in the Antelope Valley is seeing how generous so many people are here in the Antelope Valley. The individuals, the churches, the businesses that have come alongside. And when I feel that discouragement coming on, Chris, I really look to, hey, you know what, here's the great things that are happening. Here's the companies, here's the businesses that are coming alongside. Here's the school that just did a great coat drive, or here's the folks that just did a great backpack drive to help meet needs. And so it's focusing on the great things that are happening as opposed to what isn't happening.
right? Yeah, and so to that person that gets a jacket, that's a big deal. To the person that gives a jacket, I got 6 of them.
Yeah, so can we meet every need? No, we can't. Do we try? We try. But when you meet that one person's need and you see them walk out with a smile, as I was coming in today, the weather is windy and it's cold, and it was actually raining down in Lancaster, up in Lancaster, and handing out a jacket today brought a smile to a face, and that's what keeps you going. Seeing just that one little touch and that one little impact in somebody's life.
Wow. So, Mr. Baker, he's the originator of. He got together with the churches in the very beginning.
Yeah, so Steve has been doing this since 1991.
Yep.
Incredible. The guy has a heart of gold. I've not met a more compassionate man than Steve
No, he's
Baker.
the heart of the Antelope Valley.
I believe it. We have affectionately entitled him the Bishop of the Homeless here in the Antelope Valley, and the man loves the homeless. And I will tell you, one of the things that has been hard to see is Steve's desire is really to help everyone who walks through the doors.
Everyone.
I'm not kidding, everyone.
And he never cleans his desk.
I'll
He's got
leave-
other stuff more important.
Since Steve is my boss, I'll leave that one alone.
Okay, that's just an observation.
Yeah. But what's hard to see is I wouldn't say it's despair or discouragement, but the hurt in his heart when he's not able to help somebody, when he's not able to put somebody up in a hotel room or help somebody with some financial assistance. Lately, we've had to say no more than we could say yes, and that's been hard to watch and hard to see. And it's our hope in the coming months and coming years that our financial situation will continue to improve, he'll be able to say yes more often than no.
Well, there's only so much a person can do.
There is, and so that's why we're in this together as a community.
Right.
This isn't just Grace Resources. This is the Antelope Valley working together to end homelessness and end poverty.
Wow. So I think then it's a communication and education of us that have something.
It is, and so that's why I would encourage anybody who wants to learn more about getting involved with Grace Resources to go to our Facebook page. It's at Grace Resources AV. Go to Instagram at Grace Resources. We're on Twitter at Grace Resources. Go to our website, graceresources.org. Call us, 661-940-5272. If you have questions about what we do, how to get involved, if you want to volunteer, you want to donate, there's so many ways for folks in this community to get involved to help end homelessness, to help combat poverty here in our community.
And link hands, link arms, and
Oh,
pull together.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the best things to see is we serve 3 hot meals a night at the Resource Center on Wednesdays and Fridays and then Sunday afternoons. It's so awesome to see a group of people, either from a business or from church, come in with their kids, with families, and feeding 200 people dinner.
They get a warm feeling.
Oh, they get a warm feeling, and they're doing great things in our community. It's an amazing thing to see.
Jeremy, I went in there with a bag of food one time, just wanted to leave the food and get out of there, and they said, no, grab a plate and sit down.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so Chris, one of the best things that we can do to battle homelessness is start building relationships with people. And I know it's hard because sometimes it can be scary to approach a homeless person, and we never encourage you to give money. We always encourage you to point them to resources in the community, but just say hi. You'd be surprised the hope that can bring to somebody. Give them information about Grace Resources. Give them information about other organizations here in town that can help bring hope. And bringing that relationship, building that trust can do wonders.
Pastor Jeremy Johnson, Grace Resources, thank you for being on.
My pleasure. It's always a great opportunity. I love getting the word out about Grace Resources, so thank you, Chris.
Thank you.